Alex, thanks for taking the time to talk to us. We're standing in front of one of your many, many Toronto murals, this one actually in progress. And the Goethe-Institut is about to send you to Frankfurt to realize a wall inside one of the city's busiest subway stations at Messe, the fairground station. What's the difference between working on home turf in a familiar environment and creating a public artwork in a new place? How do you creatively prepare for a work trip abroad?
I mean, I would say the pressure's on me, that's for sure. I always try to do a good job, but when I'm, overseas or something, I really try extra hard. So hopefully, I don't get nervous and screw up, but I'll give it my best shot.
And you just told me that you've actually worked in Germany before, so it's not entirely your first time, but your first time in Frankfurt, right?
Yes, it will be my first time in Frankfurt. I was in Munich and went to Ingolstadt, so I thought, and it was more of a festival than a job, so yeah, it was a lot of fun and there was no pressure and it was just a good time over there.
Yeah. And actually, last year we met when we brought Frankfurt street artist Justus Becker over to Toronto. That was in 2019 as part of the Toronto-Frankfurt official sister city exchange to create a mural here in Toronto, and you were Justus's local knowledge partner. How did this encounter with a European colleague you didn't know before go? How did it influence your practice, perhaps, and what surprised you?
Well, the wonderful thing with me and Justus was we both come from a graffiti background, and so we had that immediately in common. We're both about the same age, so we had a lot in common when it came to, the scene from back in the day. As far as like when he was working on his mural, I was definitely learning from some of the techniques that he was using. Everybody approaches doing a mural in a different way. There are similarities, but there's little things that you can learn from everybody, and Justus definitely taught me a few things while I was working with him. He's very talented. You guys are lucky to have him.
Now that I've gotten to know both of your work at least a bit, at first sight, Justus Becker's style seems quite different from yours, themes, colors, etc. But where do you see touch points and departures with Justus, who you will be working with again now in Frankfurt?
Well, we both use spray paint, right? And so there's similar techniques involved in using the paint. So that's something that both me and Justus can work together on. As far as design-wise, yes, there's differences, but there's technique-wise, there's a lot of similarities in the style that we both paint. So I believe that it's important that everybody has a very unique style to their art. And, Justus has his thing going, I have my thing going, but there is a middle ground when it comes to technique, definitely.
Yeah, some of them seem to be animals, actually. I noticed in your work, in his work, and maybe we'll get to that in a minute when we talk about what you envision for your mural in Frankfurt. That will be ready for Canada's presence as guest country at the Frankfurt Book Fair. How do you conceptualize this project from afar? Again, inside it's a concrete wall. How do you connect with the site you haven't seen yet? And how do you come up with meaningful ideas?
So that's probably the most difficult process, to come up with the idea for the mural and to plan it out. I find that for me, I carry a little notebook around, and anytime I come up with an idea, I write it down. And then when I see something that I like, I start taking my own photos and start doing little sketches and mock-ups until something feels right when I see it. And when it feels right, then I explore the idea further. I'll do a couple concepts of that idea in different stages almost, different layouts and stuff. But what I want most of the people to see when I do a piece of art, I like to do beautiful things that everybody can appreciate, that nobody will feel kind of like, oh, that's not really for me, So I try to envision something that everybody can kind of look at and find a little bit of themselves in it when they see it, even if it's just something that's beautiful to the eye. So that's what I'm thinking about when I'm going to be working at the station, because there's so many people going to be there coming in and out. And so I want something that, while people are standing there, that they can look at and has a lot of detail. So if they're there one day or the next day, they could see something that they maybe missed the last time that they were there. So that's how I'm thinking about it now. I haven't come up with a complete design yet, but I am in the brainstorming stages of it right now.
Yeah. Which actually gets me to my next question, because you and I and some of our colleagues have been involved in some conversations around the site and what it potentially needs, or what you're allowed to do. Now, as you told me, you are coming out of the 1990s underground, the original underground. Honestly, how do you feel about potential limitations in commissioned work, in commercial work, which you do, in design sign-offs that people ask you for?
You know what? There's limitations even when there seemingly are no limitations, okay? You can go out there and paint whatever you want. It doesn't mean that it's right or that the message that you're trying to put across is something that people will enjoy or like. So when it comes to working on projects, I find that it's important that you listen to the people that you're working with, the community where you're painting, and try to give the people something that they want. And I do enjoy working with direction. I don't like to be overwhelmed with ideas on something where it's like too many, hands in the cookie jar type thing. But if I'm given some direction and people kind of let me go with it, I think that's excellent, and I don't mind it at all. And sometimes it opens up my mind to new possibilities of things that I would have never done myself, but somebody's given me an idea to do something. And so I think that's excellent as well, because it gives me the opportunity to challenge myself and to learn. Yeah.
As we're about to send you off to Frankfurt, what's your biggest hope? What's the potential issue as we're standing here with our masks on?
Yeah, so I mean, I am a little bit concerned about the limitations of the time period that I have to paint, because it's only like 4 or 5 hour shifts if I'm lucky when I'm doing that.
Because we're in a functioning underground situation, subway situation.
That's definitely a challenge. I like challenges. Every project I do has a challenge. This one here has a challenge. So it's going to be a learning experience. I have a really good team with Justus there, and I have all the faith in the world that it's going to go off perfect, so I'm not worried at all. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Good luck. See you in Frankfurt, and we'll have to kind of come back and have another conversation.
Perfect. I can't wait, but if you guys can't see it, I have a big smile on my face, and can't wait to be in Frankfurt. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Alex.
Thank you.
Take care.